Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about my experiences with PMS. So basically what PMS means is basically you experience a few symptoms. So the symptoms could be, I'm just going to be looking down because I actually have an article opened up here that actually explains what PMS is and the symptoms you go through. I just want to talk about my PMS experience. So from my own point of view, so some of the symptoms you can experience when you have PMS. So there are psychological symptoms and there are also physical symptoms. Actually, psychological, physical, and behavioral symptoms. So for the psychological symptoms, you could have irritability and mood swings. You could have loss of confidence, feeling angry, feeling upset and emotional, depressed mood, tearfulness, anxiety, tiredness, poor concentration, and restlessness. So that is the psychological symptoms. For the physical symptoms, you could have weight gain, abdominal bloating, tender, you could have tender and lumpy breasts. Boobs. I'm so used to saying boobs, by the way. Breasts, swollen ankles, headaches, backaches, skin changes and acne, upset stomach, insomnia, tiredness, joint aches, dizziness. So for the behavioral PMS symptoms, you could have food cravings and overeating and loss of interest in sex. So PMS usually starts a week or so before your period. So here it says it usually starts up to a week or so before your period, and before your period is due and disappear when the period starts. So what actually resolves and stops the PMS symptoms is the start of your period. So the first day you get your period, everything stops. Okay, but I'm just going to talk from my own perspective and like what I experienced. So some of the symptoms I actually experienced a lot of the psychological symptoms, which is irritability and mood swings, loss of confidence, feeling angry. Every time I'm experiencing PMS, I'm very sensitive, so I become very emotional. I get angry very easily. Like I get angry easily on the normal day, but then when I'm on my period, it's just another level. Depressed mood. Sometimes I experience, I won't say depression, it's not depression because you know that's a whole nother level and it's a different scale, but I experience depressed mood where I don't know, like just it feels like everything in the world is just going wrong and it feels like nothing is going to work out. That's how it feels. It feels like nothing is going to work out right now. So throughout last week, that was basically what I was experiencing because it's, you know, PMS. I still haven't started my period, so it's like I'm still getting a little bit of it, but it's not as bad as it was last week. Last week I was pretty much crying every day. I tried to you know, what I try to do now is I'm getting into meditating. So actually doing meditation, like I want to be able to identify what I am feeling, right? So if I'm having PMS, I want to be able to identify my emotions and relate it to the PMS, instead of, you know, if I'm feeling depressed, instead of saying, oh, I'm depressed because, you know, I'm depressed, or I am feeling depressed because of my PMS, right? And it's been slightly difficult because I'm like, when is this going to stop? Like I've gone the part that also I didn't even talk about my physical symptoms. I actually experienced I don't know if I experienced weight gain actually, because that's something I've not paid attention to, but for sure joint ache. Oh my god, everything hurt. The sore boobs, it's like as if you added additional boobs to what you already have. So it's very heavy. Your breasts feel very heavy and painful. Headaches. With PMS I don't think I experience the headaches, but sometimes I get migraines, but occasionally, not because, I don't think it's because of the PMS, I just get migraines sometimes. Swollen ankles, no, I don't feel that. But yeah, the one I actually experience is the sore boobs, which is the hardest thing. And also they didn't actually mention it here, another problem with PMS, or another symptoms of PMS, is disturbed sleep, right? So you're not able to sleep well, you wake up feeling groggy, you wake up feeling non-refreshed, basically like you didn't even sleep all night pretty much. So yeah, I experienced that with my PMS. What I try to do now, as I said, meditate. And while I meditate, is like a moment of reflection, just thinking and trying to understand why I am feeling sad, or why I'm feeling depressed, or why I'm feeling a particular type of way. I try to meditate. I also have a book. Sometimes I write my book, sometimes I write on my phone, depending on how I'm feeling. I have a book where whenever I'm feeling some type of way, I just write. I like to write. I like to also talk. So I record myself because I want to be able to see myself from an outside perspective. So from a different someone else's perspective. So I'm going to watch myself back and see what I was saying, why I was saying those things, how I'm feeling currently now that I'm watching those myself, the videos I filmed, what I am feeling currently, and see if those things I was talking about, I'm actually not happy about those things, or it's just my craziness, just my hormones. With PMS, it's all about hormonal imbalance. There hasn't been, I don't think there's been a lot of research, and from the research I was doing, about 1 in 3 women experience PMS. Before I actually put a name to this thing, every month I would always experience this thing, and every month I would always feel like, I don't know, like shit, honestly. So I did my research. I realized that my symptoms were similar to the PMS. My symptoms were similar to PMS symptoms. PMS. Oh, it's premenstrual syndrome. Did I say that? Did I say syndrome or symptoms? Premenstrual syndrome. Anyway, so during my research, I realized that my symptoms were similar to PMS and the PMS symptoms. And I talked to my doctor about it. I'm like, oh, actually, the last time I went to see my doctor, I told my doctor, oh, sometimes I experience PMS, but he didn't really he didn't really say much about it. He didn't provide any suggestions. For my research, I've noticed that I did some research, and they said that birth control pills actually works for it. I tried birth control pills, and it made me worse. Actually, what my doctor suggested was I stop the birth control pills to see if it was the birth control pills causing the moodiness, the mood swings, the emotional part, and the irritability and whatnot. If it was the birth control pills, I should stop it and see if it's because of that, or I leave my mood swings and all those things are still happening without the birth control pill, then it is obviously something else, right? My doctor asked me about my sleep. I told my doctor that I sleep, but I don't know if I have any sleep related problems. Like, I don't think I have any sleep problems because I work in sleep care. I work in sleep tech, okay? So I kind of recognize what to look for if you have sleep problems. I don't think I have any sleep problems, but my doctor told me to try melatonin if I'm having any sleep problems, but I don't think I am. I think it is the PMS. But the thing is, there is no treatment for it. I am deciding to talk about this because a lot of people, as I said, 1 in 3 women might experience PMS. Not everybody is diagnosed with it. I don't think there's actually a diagnosis for it. There's actually a very severe, it's a spectrum, right? There's the severe, so is a spectrum, right? So the severe one is called PMDD. Okay, so PMDD is basically premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which is the more serious severe spectrum of the PMS. With this one, you experience severe irritability, depression, or anxiety. There are actually treatment options available, but they are usually hormonal hormones. Basically, they prescribe you hormones or SSRIs to kind of regulate your hormones to increase your serotonin level, which serotonin is basically your happy mood, the hormone you secrete when you're happy and stuff like that. So, that hormone helps with depression. SSRI is actually SSRI is actually prescribed when you report anxiety, depression. They usually prescribe that for depression, but they prescribe it if you have there's PMDD, which is the more severe one. But you can just you can just be taking hormones. You can just be taking all these treatments. I don't want to personally. I don't want to, but I don't like feeling this way. So it's like I'm just trying to incorporate lifestyle changes. They said keeping a diary helps. Keeping a diary, as I said, I try to make a video when I am having my episode. I try to write, as I said, I try to write in my book whenever I'm feeling some type of way. But I'm trying to be more open. I'm trying to be more educational on my YouTube channel. I want you guys to feel I want you guys to know what I experienced and see if you can relate. If not, if you know someone that can relate, maybe this video might help somebody. I don't know. But just know that you are not the only one that experiences PMS. If you do, just seek help, talk to somebody if you have to. You know, like, yeah, so talk to someone if you have to, you know, just ask for help, do research, okay? Like if you are feeling any type of way and you're not sure, do research, okay? Like research helps, because just knowing that there's actually something called PMS and what I'm feeling is not, because yeah, depression is talked about a lot, right? It's talked about a lot, but just linking the depressed mood, the feeling, to a certain period. So it only happens a week or so before my period. So that way, like, and it's the weirdest thing, because once my period starts, you see how I feel like everything is sore, everything is painful, okay? But once my period starts, it's like I sleep, wake up the next day, and it's gone. I don't experience cramps, you know, I don't experience any period pains, but like the week before my period is like it's the hardest one for me. And like just waking up in the morning to go to work is like so hard, and having to be positive, to be happy, to treat your co-workers nicely even while you are feeling what you're feeling, it's hard. It's not easy, honestly. And I've been lucky to kind of get this period where we don't have work, and just get this period to myself. Whenever I'm feeling down, I just just stay in bed. And the good thing about my room is that like my curtains are not like blackout curtains, so like it does not allow me to be in a dark space. It doesn't allow me to be in a dark room. So just having this light in the morning, just having the lights in general just helps, right? I like a space where there is light, there's so much light coming in, because it helps with my mental state. It's not just physical, it's not just, oh yeah, I like light, or I want the good lighting for my videos. It's just perfect, because just having the lights just helps me to be more hopeful and feel like, yeah, it is not the end of the world. In a few days I will feel better and I will be in this space, okay? Like whenever I'm in this state, I don't like to talk to anybody. I don't even like to talk to my partner. Like I don't want to see anybody. And I don't want to it's good to force yourself to be happy, but like there are times where forcing yourself is just, it's not it doesn't work, okay? But like, yeah, it's good to try. But I just like that I have this light, and what I'm learning to do now is meditation. The meditation, it's not, I know not everyone likes meditation, but like it's just a moment where you quiet your thoughts, you quiet everything is quiet. You can hear yourself breathe, depending on what you're focusing on or whatever. But the one I listen to, the one I do, it tells you to focus on your breathing in and out. It just helps you. So I actually filmed a video today about my self-care, because it was needed. It was needed. I needed to take care of myself. Yeah, and whenever I'm about to get my period and stressed, whenever I'm stressed too, also stress triggers this a lot. Like when you're in this state, you do not want any extreme, like any external source or any additional extreme stress, you know, additional external stress coming in, because it's like it's like you're in this state, you're like, okay, trying to just, you know, just this is your normal level, right? And then you're like here already, and then when any additional stress or any fight or anything just happens, it's just like way above you. So I try to minimize the external stress and just be in my space. Even though being in my space is not the best thing, it's good for you to do exercise. From this thing, it's recommended that you actually exercise, eat healthy. They always say eat healthy. Sometimes I just want to eat my rice and my ice cream and my sugar, please, and my chocolate. Chocolate helps me sometimes. Chocolate helps me to be in a good mood. I think chocolate somehow secretes or causes the secretion of serotonin. I'm not sure. I need to do my research on that, but before I come on something related, before I come on, I don't want to give you guys wrong information, and I don't want to give you guys treatment. I'm just talking from my experiences and from my perspective and what helps me. That's it, okay? Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Me even talking out right now is just a way for me to hear my thoughts and just hear myself talk, and just know that it is not the end of the world. What I'm feeling right now is not the end of the world. Tomorrow will come, next week will come, and I'll feel better. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.